trying to find a leg on the way. This one is a different directional position. I grab it with the thumb right away, I connect with my other thumb. If I hold super tight right here, okay, and I rotate over, I don't quite connect. See how my palm's facing up? Listen to the key words that come out of my mouth. I Indian burn him to connect my hands correctly. You guys see that? You know what Indian burn is, little turds?
I know what that is.
So if you know in jiu-jitsu or grappling, the wrist control, that's my directional control. I want a triangle this way, that way. I try and get it through. This is my outward control with the thumb. That's not happening with the monkey grip, is it? What's the monkey grip for? Pulling, right? So if I wanted to drag him or anything like that, I wouldn't use my thumb. Or if I wanted to lift or jerk real hard, I would use the monkey type grip. Okay? So what this affords me is directional control this way, and to him. Okay? So now that we're here, we have this control like this, and this, usually up here is a pull and a drive. This one is actually going to be downward. Pull your arm out, Donnie. It gets a lot harder when I pull down. I found over the years, if you guys roll no-gi like us in my school, we are beyond slippery half an hour into it. We train in a warehouse at one of my locations, and we're just balls to the wall sweaty, like for real. And I will lose guys here. You see what I'm saying? Once I get to, when I get real sweaty, I gotta get them like this, because this will lock their arm in. So that tells you the superior jiu-jitsu side of that grip. You know what I'm saying? The leverage of it. And I hang on it. The trick is, defend your hip, right? I'm just using upper body strikes to get to the body, to get lower. Sometimes I gotta hit lower to get his guard dropped, drop your guard, till I can get to the head, right? Same principle. I'm using this upper body clinch to get safely to his legs. And now you see how I can control with also holding his wrist, okay? It's a gi grip switch that actually works real great no gi. Okay, so I snap, boom, and I'm going down right away. I'm pulling down and I'm here. I'm pushing this guy towards him, and I want it to go down by his leg. I'm gonna reach around and grip switch. No joke, Johnny, pull your arm out. Right, this gets real hard. Pull your arm out, buddy. If anyone knows takedowns, I've got 3 seconds right there to put him on his back already. And it's a good grip switch. And I'm just trying to hold it while he's honestly yanking out. If I'm driving into him, his balance and ability to pull that arm out gets even lower, you know what I mean? So we're gonna go here, snap, downward directional pull, and I want you to just pass it to your hand around that leg. Make sense?
Sure.
Then you can still finish running the pipe, or whichever way that you wanna go. Drop him down. I like coming here, watch. Kick through and X pass right into the knee on belly. Got my neck. Snap off, drive down, grab, up, run that pipe, right to his chest and his knee, kick, X pass, right into knee on belly, control the shoulders and no-gi. 4 points of contact, 2 point, hips here, hands on the shoulders. If your foot's on the ground like this, you don't have any weight on them. Try to cup his hips. You can touch your toes here and there. Try and cup his hip. Also, try and keep your hip down to your foot. If I leave my foot up like this, now I'm gonna bring this knee to the inside and sweep me over for a heel hook. Okay, so don't have a bunch of space between your butt and your heel. So when you're down, you're here. You're pinning them down. Don't do this. See how easy he looks really cool. Right? Okay? Fast demo, so you guys can just get it all in your head. Snap, thumb control, Indian burn happening, walking towards him, switch the grip, I'm up, run the pipe, chest, oop. Knees up, knees not like this, I can't follow anyone like I was talking to her a second ago. Knees up, foot flat on the ground, not right next to his head. Try to be at the shoulder. Head and body facing him, not like this. Good to go?
Sure.
1, 2, 3.
Right.
Pick grip. We're not going to be here at this figure 4 hanging pressure. Now we're going to be a little between. Remember I said top of the armpit is where we get control, and this gives us play with the shoulder and the upper body. This one turns into a wrist control because I can push it into his body. I I can connect my hands quickly and I have good manipulation with it, okay? More so than up here, but I love this one too. But this style, what do you think of when this style, when I have this style? Snap and I'm running, boom. That's where I use that double grip right here, okay? When I want to slow the pace down, or maybe he's fighting more, maybe he starts to push off my head, right, with that arm. He hides that single leg, right? So now we're into a different battle. I gotta control his arm. If I hold up, pull your arm out, bro. See, he'll slip out of that version. You see? So that's when I choose to start using thumb controls, because then we're controlling, we're not just holding, okay? But right now we're doing this. I snap, boom, I get to this position, and here's this difference of our body language. Drive into me. Now I'm pushing and he's full on resisting, okay? We've gotten to the phase where I go for the single, so now he's switching that base because he doesn't want me to grab that single. He may even be pushing off my face. I'm gonna keep this cupped right here, and as he starts to push off, if I have control of this arm, and I'm sure you guys have heard about the human being a table with 4 legs, he's missing a leg, you kick him to that leg. Well, he has no post, even though he has this, he has no base right here because the other leg's not in front, and I have this arm. So I'll shuck him by, boom, he goes down to the ground. Let's talk about this arm. If you deepen this arm real big, he can roll me, he can grab me roll, he can do a few things. So I call this my hand hook. It's just right here. And it's like wrapped up around his hip bone, and it's just my hand. Why? Because sit to guard, watch his knee, sit to guard, Donnie. See how his knee turned in towards me? Come back. Sit to guard, Donnie. See how it blocks that? Now he's got no choice. Okay? So that's why I like that hand hook. For you MMA guys, what I was doing with one of my guys for the fights this weekend is I was doing near side wrist control, passing it to this hand, thumping on him with this one. Boop, 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 boop. And then I'm going to pull him right over into a north-south choke. Switch to hand control, walk towards his head, ensure that the hand that is around his neck is thumbs up, like this underneath, right? So my wrist is taller. I walk my lat to his head. I ensure that my shoulder is not past my wrist. You guys see how it's past my wrist? Look, I wiggle back into the right spot, and I ensure that it's over my wrist. And then here's another major key. Watch my right elbow. See how it's off the ground and I'm squeezing? Donnie, turn towards me. And that's how Donnie was able to get it out earlier a little bit, because I was trying to get that elbow to the ground. As soon as I lock that elbow to the ground, now Donnie's gonna tap. Okay? But Donnie and I earlier, when we were doing this was a battle of a centimeter. Look at my elbow. And I'm trying to shove that elbow back on the ground. That's all that battle was. And that's all that battle is right there. Try and control this near side arm. Let's break it all down again. Sure. So, boom, I'm off. I have an upper arm grip. I'm here, and I'm pushing in, so he's spraying me back. Come on, push, Donnie. Push, right? So he gets in this push. Chuck, boom, and I'm right here. You gotta get him to commit. If you can push past him, take the single leg. Bulldoze him. Literally, right? He starts to put a lot of pressure into you. Shut, man. Send him to the ground. Don't do this. With not bad, I'll pitch his hips. Okay? But I'm trying to send him 45-degree angle to the floor right now. Off. Boom, down in head position. He's pushing. Push my face in it. He's pushing my face. Shut, man. Boom. I catch that hip. Okay? So now, I can pass this wrist. This is just for that setup. I can take his back, guys. I can do all that kind of stuff. Even if he defends the neck for a seatbelt or a choke, near side hand can still take this off. Look. It's beautiful. For you MMA guys, you can thump on their head. I learned this in Valley Tudo class back in the day, and it wasn't actually to hit. It was so Donnie couldn't elbow me. You see that? So I got his cross-side arm control. Now I'm going to turn my body, and as I pull him over, switch hands, push that arm away, walk to his head. Shoulders over the wrist, he's done.
What do you mean by shoulders over the wrist when you're doing that north-south?
My shoulder's not over my wrist. My shoulder's probably in the middle of the sternum. Now my shoulder's over my wrist.
And that's the point where he's tapping. That's the deepest part of the chest.
That's that. It's the part where he's tapping, but it's. No, it's okay. I mean, you've been doing jiu-jitsu longer, so you got to do it, right? I'm squeezing. You ready? Yeah. See what I'm talking about? But it wasn't so much of a squeeze as it was a shoulder drop. But don't, guys, lift the elbow. Keep contact with that elbow, but don't be lifting your hips up this way because you're causing so much pressure. It's evenly dispersed with your weight. I'm driving this elbow down to the ground, and I'm also driving the shoulder in his neck.
And you're straightening out that forearm. Is that what you're doing? You're pushing.
Yeah, I don't like to hold my hands. Marcelo Garcia is a north-south god, but I don't go this way. I am connecting this arm. I'm holding on to this arm. Even if Donnie follows me, he lifts his hips over that hand. Keep going, Donnie, keep going. He can only go so far. He'll go over his arm, and then he'll get stuck right here, and then I'll keep walking to his neck and he'll tap. You guys see that?
Sir.
Let's go one more time. Killer drive. He's pushing back. He's a hoss. Hides that leg. Don't give me that near side single. That's all in this arm. Let's do it without even showing you on this arm. Look. It's that arm that does it. You guys get that?
Sir.
Boom. I'm here. Bang. I can do this kind of stuff. Look, near side arm. Through. Switch. And I have to give him the space. Watch this. Make sense?
Sir.
Any of you guys? Okay, so I'm here and we're playing the same thing. He's pulling his leg away. Sometimes, guys, it can be if he's put his hand on my face or not. But here's what I want you to know. If I pull him back, so this earlier we learned that this grip right here can slam him and throw him in that way, right? It can also jerk if he's going towards me. There's two simple ones that I want you to do. I think we can knock them both out just for literally like lack of time. You know what I'm saying? But we started a little bit late. But if I pull him back to me, he's not going to want to step his near side leg to me. If he steps it right in front of me, like if I pulled this and he stepped, I just go for the single again. That's all I need to know, right? So typically he's going to try and pull his leg a little bit to the outside a little bit, or yeah, a little bit, you know. But if I pull this up big, you know, he's going to want to go that way instead of stepping right in front of me. Okay? Here's what I also know. I'm going to break this into separate sections, a little bit, please. I want you guys to understand this. Watch my ankle, watch my knee, right? Okay, so you see how I did this to him? The windshield wiped it. That's part of the technique. A lot of people just like jump in and that's it. So the little windshield wipe action is a big part of it. And then we're gonna do the worm. Right? We're doing the worm. Right? Because I need that push of my body into his body to knock him over. You guys get what I'm talking about, kind of?
Sir.
So I'm here. I've got this guy. Oh, let's go into another setup. Jiu-jitsu style, okay? We're in the low bend over state. I grab two hands on one. When he naturally pulls that arm, I pull your arm back. See how his elbow pulls back? Wander back in the guard. If he grabs my hand, we're in a seesaw battle. He's not any stronger than me, okay? But if he grabs my elbow, right, let go of the wrist, right? Now he stops the retraction at the elbow, right? Let go. Pull your foot back. Seesaw battle. Pull your foot back. The retraction starts at the next joint up, right? So when I'm here and he starts to pull that arm back, I want to grab that elbow, turn it in, and now I can start to switch into this 2-on-1. Okay, guys, real simple, but just a little jiu-jitsu technique. I'm here. I grab the outside of the elbow and I have to get rotational torque happening. Start to come in, I can actually keep my hand this way. I don't have to switch, or you can, if you want to be happy and switch like this, you can. Okay, now he's pulling this leg away from me, and then I'm going to jerk him towards me and inside trip him with this leg.
Nice.
For guys like Donnie, who like Darcy's, if you're big, don't do this. Not don't do it, but it's going to be harder. Try and place his hand on the mat. Sometimes it won't work out. I'll place his hand between his legs, and I have all my weight on it, and that figure 4, and he can't do jack with it anyways. And I use it to run around him. All right, so I'm here, pulls that arm back. Oops, sorry. Pulls that arm back, I'm here. Get around the corner, move that leg. Right, I try and pull him to me. Hook, drive. Oh, there it is, see? And I have that guard. Or you end up just on top. Either way, inside trip. Let me get, less. Say again? Yes. Less. No, it's okay. Here, snap. No, we didn't do it that way, sorry. Boom, boom. He starts to pull his arm back. Elbow, turn, and I'm here. up into that single leg. Yeah, don't step in front, right? Outside, hook, boom. I just end up on top. Or, watch, I just place the arm, try and get out of this. You see what I'm saying? I just put the weight on the arm. I can do whatever I want with them, guys. Put the weight on the arm like this with your grip, and you have more control than you think. You guys get that?
Sir.
If you know the DARS, it's a 2-on-1 seminar, it's not a DARS seminar, we got less than 45 minutes. If you know the DARS, then you can place it over his leg. Watch what I'm talking about, super slow. Place it over his leg if you want the DARS. Look, boom. Keep the weight on it, run, hook his neck. Turn it for me. Hook his neck. Then I can elbow in the back of the head, boop. Get the DARS, squeeze, bring out. Ready, set. So they're maybe here, and then when I'm trying to pull up, they're just not doing what I want to do, okay? Now Donnie's got real far. So here's the battle. Donnie, start pushing my head away. If you get this distance away, turn and push towards him, Donnie, right? So if you start turning your head away, I'm gonna lose this battle. Turn towards him, muscle right back into him. Don't let that arm just turn into a locked out stiff arm. Make sure that your head's turning towards him and you're driving towards him if that happens, okay? But say we're here, and I'm always hanging. Let's talk a little bit of detail about the shoulder. He doesn't have as much feeling or control here as I do when I'm over his shoulder and dropping that shoulder on top of his shoulder. Guys, I can actually pull his arm out and drop him to the floor. Yep. You guys see what I'm talking about? There's a nasty video of Shinya Aoki tossing a dude like this. Snap, throw. And it went in that order. Snap, throw. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can use that momentum on the way down. Actually, here, just my brain's running crazy. I'm here, he's doing a collar choke, like Tristan. When Tristan goes back down, don't show this on the video though, right? He's here, and he's got a collar choke. You guys know what I'm talking about? Sure. He's trying to do that. I'll literally 2-on-1 and just bail out. It's a real good defense to that. Collar choke. You okay, buddy?
Yep, I'm good.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm just old.
Me too. So, anyways, that's totally off the subject. But, so I'm here. Boom. Now, defending this leg. He doesn't even have to be pushing out my head. Sometimes he does. Sometimes he does. It's fine. I'm trying to jerk him over here. That inside trip's not working. If he starts to try and run away from me, I want to collect him by holding his hip. And then I'm going to drop my left knee down. Listen to my key words. I want to be on my knees for the least amount of time as possible. I'm going to throw his hand to me so that none of this happens. Okay, I'd like to throw his hand to his ankle. So again, I'm here, boom, and snap. He's giving me problems, he's pushing back into me. I grab the hip, ish, and back up. If you have this in your hand or here, that's the best. He's defending that leg, hip grab. Go ahead and just drop into it. Throw your leg around. Watch this. I'm keep my leg in the middle. Keep my leg in the middle. Drop over this way. Watch what I'm doing. This leg picks up this leg here. You can hold this foot if you want, but if you get used to it, you just bring this one out and cross your ankles. Yeah, just level forward for sandal mounts. I can ankle lock him.
Yeah.
Heel hook him. I can toe hold him. If he reaches up to grab me, or I can just hold on to his arm and pull and stretch my legs off. Yeah. Unfortunately, the top level jiu-jitsu tournaments in the world don't allow reaping, which are the correct way to do leg locks. I'm trying to pull him over for that inside trip. I love that thing. It's not working. Hip, drop, ankle, up, boom. Underneath, hook. Hook. Now look, the one that's here, because my foot's flat, when it crosses onto the bottom, that one goes on top. You guys see that? This one here that lifts the leg, goes through, it's on bottom, and that one stays flat on the ground, locks it on it. Try and touch your butt to his butt now. Okay, this is where I'm at. And I can do anything I want to his ankle. Heel, toe, ankle lock. Or some guys, depending on their flexibility, I don't have to hold on to them, I can just stretch. they'll tap. But some guys, you gotta hold on to their upper body and lock their hip. One last time. Guys, if I grab his back, which is a good one, and there's other throws from here, and this is a good control position, but turn your hips away. Start to square up on me. See how his hips leave me and you can turn? So if I go like this, turn your hips away. He's stuck. You guys get that? I'm physically trying to grab his hip bone. Just trying to feel for that bone. Because if you're slightly off by a couple inches, turn your hip away, Don. You see what I'm saying? I got his hip bone, turn away, Don. It's fine.
It's not happening.
Just look. Yeah. Stretching your legs out, what does that exactly? Watch his hip, his knee. Actually, heel hooking right here too.
Where do they draw the line on reaping knees? This is me.
I'm not allowed to pass my outside leg over his center line. I can pass my inside leg this way. So that's legal. This is what they call 50-50. To be specific, this is an outside leg triangle, and his leg is on the outside high side. Right now, I have an outside leg triangle, and he's on the outside low side. I have an outside leg triangle, and he's on the inside high side. Right now, I have an outside leg triangle, and he's on the inside low side. So you can get real specific in the Sambo terms, but in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, we don't really have these specific terms yet, so I use those terms so I can be specific to my students.
Brandon.
If you don't know anything about what the reaping rule is, dude, that's a long discussion. So.
Do you have a legal finish for the ankle lock? Without reaping?
Yeah. Can we not do that right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we could do it later and it's
Later?
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no. And I'll show that. One knee goes down. Don't go down to both knees. Because this one's going to be driving power. If I'm on both knees, I'm a man on my knees versus a guy who's standing. Drive picks it up and I don't stand. And my leg goes between his. I overhook the leg. I can block the retraction if I need to. And then I push it. When I push his leg down, look what it does to his hips and his body. Boom! And I'm here. I can take this leg and I'm going to put it underneath. I can even hold his leg. I'm going to put it underneath this. Take your time, guys. Hook. And then I can bring this guy out on the ground, and then I have to go to my hand. Let's talk about this overhook. A lot of you guys are just, as you start to look away, your hand's going like this, see how it's dropping? It needs to act like you're choking your neck at all times, trying to grab my neck. That keeps it tighter. It's the exact same thing. If I'm in Donnie's guard, and he has an overhook, if he's complacent about it, and his hand drops down to his stomach, I'm just gonna pull my arm out. So think about choking yourself. And that, yeah, now that thing is, it's really stuck now. You guys see what I'm saying? So anytime I have an ankle or an overhook, I think about choking myself. Because if not, I get into the battle, my hand starts doing this. And then it pulls right out. Okay, so just fix those two little details. Over, under. You can even hold on to his leg so he's not going anywhere. Under the other one. Bottom of my foot's going to go on the mat. I get up on my hand, not my elbow. My hand's a specific word. Act like I'm choking myself. Scoot your butt to his butt. And then look the other way. Okay? But I want you to understand the rotation that I'm doing. So you guys can just watch the two different versions. I'm going to go super slow right now. So I'm going to drop down and hanging on him. I'm going to put this wrist outside of his body. And then he's going to have to turn from the rotational torque in his arm. He will have to turn. And then I come up on top. I want to get my shoulder next to his neck and my hand below his back. So I put that hand underneath his back. Then my elbow's facing straight down. The trajectory is going to turn this way because I'm trying to push that wrist towards his neck. I'm going to be on my toes. I'm not on my knees, but I'm also not like this. I'm not butt up in the air. I'm just putting pressure here. If I do this down here, Don will sit up with me, see? That's no good. So I want you to think of your left shoulder and the neck, and I'm pinning this shoulder right here. Okay, that's the shoulder I'm trying to paint. So I get this guy here, and I get it tapped. Shove that to his neck right there. And so also I can use his hip. If I put it in his hip, when he comes down with me, it's like I can power roll him. He won't be able to stop. He just roll. Come back. You'll be able to come down to me. Just sit on the knees like this. Guys, look how it's in his hip. You just stay on top of me here. Stay on top of me. Lay on me. Oh, he won't be able to block this, and I'll be able to power roll through it because he has no post. You see that? So it's a real easy technique. If it ends up hitting his hips, it'll help you in the technique. If it goes outside of his arm's free of it, and he'll be forced to do the roll because his arm's gonna rotate. I come up, lock the shoulder, get my shoulder into his neck, pressure onto him, knees off the ground, and then I shove it behind his neck. And I get the Kimura. Snap, boom, I'm here, and I roll. I'm kind of through sideways, it's okay. Sometimes I'll do that, but I want you guys to shoulder roll. Make sense?
Sir.
One more, and this is actually fancy, but it's the number one that I hit. Okay? Boom here. You put it into his gut even. You can be right here like this. Put my hand on his gut, and it'll feed it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I end up doing that. Boom. Good to go?
Sir.
Watch this. He's hip to it. He connects his hands. This is what Keenan did when I was trying to get. He did a great defense. He connected his hands and he was holding his belt, which leaves that rocking motion to lift his head up perfect for a wide open north-south. I never let go of my grip. I walk to his head and I get the choke. So if he defends his hand, go to the north-south choke. Otherwise, just do the Kimura. Ready, set? Back or anything like that. But now I've got the opportunity where I'm just going to jerk him and basically do like a lateral drop. If I'm here, right, and we're you don't have to have that back in here. I'm going to kick my left leg out and I'm going to touch my right hand to the mat. Watch on here. And I pancake out so a good wrestler doesn't power roll me through, right? I don't want to end up like that. So you want to pancake out. So we're not able to cover it tonight, but the same movement, like he may be pushing off my face and I'll get belly to belly with them first. It's not about dropping your leg out first, I'll lose the clinch. I need to get to the clinch first and I'll get belly to belly inside of him here. And this guy will turn and drop, boom, I end up on top. We're not gonna do that right now, but like we just got done doing that at my school. That's heavy wrestling. And my guys are like, hold on, boom, boom, dropping each way, you know? Because I like high level throws and stuff. The difference between jiu-jitsu and the rest of the grappling world is a guy hits the ground in jiu-jitsu and everyone goes, ooh. Guy hits the ground in wrestling or judo ensemble and they're like, yeah. It's just a different mentality. So I'm here like this, maybe he's pushing back into me, and I'm just gonna jerk this guy and drop my foot out. And then I have this happen because of the momentum of his body sliding away. Man, this happens real fast when I start to shove it underneath his neck. That arm, that Kimura. Guys, so there's downward pressure, and then there's forward pressure. Push back, push back, push back. Come on, push back, push back. That's where that momentum is. Guys get that?
Sure.
Push the crap out of him. Drive into him like a football player. Keep moving your feet. And no matter what, when I push Donnie, one leg's gonna be forward and I'm gonna snatch it up. Or he'll do this, and one leg will always be forward. But when I have that 2-on-1, and I drive into him, look, I'm always, first thing, always grab that single leg. There's scissor leg takedowns, right? These kind of deals, you know, there's that kind of stuff you can do, but I'm driving. That should be your first mentality, okay? Then based off of his reactions, you're gonna do different takedowns. And one of them, when he just confronts you with that strength, like if I better roll with him or where's that other big guy? Him? I try pushing in, they're gonna push real back. And then because I'm smaller, I'm gonna lose that fight with these big dudes, and then I'm gonna pull this armpit. Woo! Trips over that foot. I'm not up on my knee turning it or anything, I literally laid it out flat. Look, and then my hands will connect. I roll over, connection, submission. Yeah. Good to go?
Sir.
Don't whip heads. You got a lot, I don't want you to bonk heads. Make sure you know where you're tripping. Ready, set, but don't be tripping.
Only thing we know how to do, work hard, play hard, work